Chosen one. Stop. Not slowly, not casually. Stop right here. Take a breath and give the next few minutes your full attention, because this moment is not ordinary. You didn't arrive here by coincidence, and you didn't click this message by accident. Heaven has a way of guiding people exactly where they need to be when the time is right. There is something sacred about this moment, something deliberate, something written long before today. And what you are about to hear carries a quiet but powerful truth that your soul has been waiting to recognize. Chosen one, heaven has opened the hidden record of your faith. For a long time, it may have felt like your efforts went unnoticed. You prayed, but the answers seemed delayed. You stayed faithful, but the rewards appeared distant. You kept doing the right thing even when no one applauded and no one acknowledged your sacrifice. But listen carefully. Heaven was never ignoring you. Heaven was recording you. Every moment you chose patience over anger. Every time you forgave someone who never apologized. Every prayer whispered when your heart was heavy. Every act of kindness when you had little strength left. Those moments were not disappearing into silence. They were being written into a record that only God could see. Scripture reminds us in Malachi 3:16 that a book of remembrance was written before him for those who feared the Lord and honored his name. That means your faith, your endurance, your quiet loyalty. None of it was wasted. It was remembered. And today, chosen one, heaven is reminding you that your story has been seen from the very beginning. You see, the world often measures success by what can be displayed. Achievements, recognition, applause. But heaven measures something far deeper. Heaven measures the condition of the heart. While others were focused on appearances, God was looking at the invisible parts of your journey. He saw the moments when your spirit felt tired, but your faith refused to collapse. He saw the nights when you wondered if your prayers were heard, yet you still chose to trust. That kind of faith is rare. Anyone can believe when everything is easy. Anyone can celebrate when blessings are obvious. But the faith that moves heaven is the faith that continues even in uncertainty. And that is the faith you carried. Perhaps you remember seasons when doors stayed closed longer than you expected. Seasons when progress felt slow. Seasons when you questioned why certain paths became difficult. But those seasons were not signs that you were forgotten. They were seasons where your character was quietly growing roots. Think about the story of Joseph in the Bible. He had dreams placed in his heart early in life. Yet those dreams were followed by betrayal, imprisonment, and years of waiting. From the outside, it looked like failure. But heaven was shaping a leader. Every trial Joseph faced became part of the preparation that would eventually place him in a position to change the future of many people. Chosen one, sometimes what feels like delay is actually development. Every experience you walked through was teaching you something that could not be learned any other way. Patience, wisdom, resilience, compassion. These are qualities that cannot be purchased quickly. They grow slowly in the soil of real life. And now something important is happening. Heaven is not just remembering what you endured. Heaven is preparing to reveal why it mattered. When a seed is planted, it spends time hidden beneath the surface. No one sees it growing. No one applauds the process. But beneath the soil, something powerful is taking place. Roots are spreading, strength is forming. Then one day the seed breaks through the surface, and what was hidden becomes visible. Chosen one, many of the things that were planted in your life during difficult seasons are beginning to rise to the surface. The lessons you learned are becoming wisdom. The compassion you developed is becoming influence. The faith you carried is becoming strength for the next chapter. This is how God often works. He prepares people quietly before bringing them into moments of clarity. And clarity is what many of you are stepping into now. You may start noticing new understanding about situations that once confused you. Things that once felt painful may begin to reveal a deeper purpose. The very experiences you wished had never happened may become the experiences that guide someone else toward hope. Because one of the most powerful truths about faith is this: when God strengthens you, He often uses your story to strengthen others. Your journey was never meant to remain only yours. Every act of perseverance you showed is building a testimony that can inspire someone who is currently standing where you once stood. Think about how many people in the world are searching for reassurance right now. They want to know if perseverance is worth it. They want to know if faith matters. They want to know if hope still has power. Your life becomes part of that answer. Not because you were perfect, not because everything went smoothly, but because you continued moving forward when stopping would have been easier. That is the kind of courage heaven honors. And this is where the message becomes even more meaningful. Because the record heaven kept about your faith is not just a history of the past. It is also a foundation for what comes next. When God entrusts someone with a new opportunity, it is often because their heart has already demonstrated faithfulness in smaller moments. Jesus said in Luke 16:10, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Those quiet moments where you chose integrity, patience, and kindness were not small in God's eyes. They were proof of your character. And character is the soil where future purpose grows. So if you have been wondering whether your perseverance mattered, let this message remind you, it did. If you have been questioning whether God noticed your sacrifices, the answer is yes. If you have been unsure whether your faith had any effect, remember that heaven was keeping record the entire time. Chosen one, your journey is not finished. In many ways, it is only beginning to unfold. The same faith that carried you through the quiet seasons will guide you into the next ones. Continue nurturing that faith. Continue seeking wisdom. Continue showing kindness in moments where it would be easier to become hardened. Because the greatest strength of a chosen heart is not perfection. It is the willingness to keep trusting God, even while the story is still unfolding. And the beautiful truth is that God is still writing. If this message resonated with you, take a moment and quietly acknowledge the journey you have walked so far. Gratitude has a powerful way of opening the door to peace and clarity. And remember this: the hidden record of your faith is not a list of your struggles. It is a testimony of your endurance. Heaven saw you, heaven remembers you, and heaven continues to guide the path ahead. Chosen one, keep walking forward. Your story still carries purpose, and the next chapter may reveal more beauty than you ever imagined. Chosen one, if this message touched your spirit and you feel in your heart that God has been watching your journey, I want you to make a declaration of faith right now. Write "God saw my faith" in the comments. This is not just a comment. It is a declaration before heaven that you believe your faith has not been wasted. And if this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe, so this message can reach other chosen ones who are walking through the same journey you once walked through. Remember, sometimes God sends a message through one person to reach thousands who are waiting for hope.